you are an early space investor, you are an early space investor, maybe you are an early space investor, because I am an early space investor too. And if you are following this channel for a little bit longer, then you know that we were early. And I mean, guys, let's look into the stock performance of space just in the beginning of this year, okay? So let's have a look. When we are looking into space and looking from, what is the first trading day? 3rd of Jan until now, the stock made 117%. Yeah? Let's have a look what Tesla did in this time period. We did 9%. Okay, not bad. It's still, if you cover more than 10% in just this short time and just continue this growth, then you are beating the market very, very much. As my portfolio is to 70%, I just replied to one of my members in my Discord, 70% consisting of space, then you can imagine how great of a performance we actually have. And if you want to join this community, guys, check out x10masterclass.com. There's my course, 100 unpublished videos about the stock market, about how to find X10 stocks. You will get lifetime access to Discord and also a 107-point Excel sheet that you can use to find how much conviction your stock is actually doing. And we are dropping another full minimum of 50 videos only exclusive on this masterclass in just a couple of weeks towards the end of this month most probably, and then the course will be a little bit more expensive. So now you have the time to get in early, so make sure to use also 10 space for a 10% discount on top of that. And you are also asking, okay, what about Bitcoin? I'm hearing all about Bitcoin. Let's have a look what Bitcoin did. Bitcoin did 60%, so half of the performance of space. So there's, not really a company, even though you remember the video, which was this one, if you want to look for it, where I took my Airbnb IPO money, $60,000, and put it even more into my position of space. Well, let's have a look. Even though Airbnb absolutely exploded, we got only 41%. So as you can see, everything done perfect to have so much stress on this one position, because there is maybe a little bit stress on your hand because of two things. First, we are talking about a market cap of about $12 billion with basically still a concept to prove and operations to start. This is number one, which we will discuss. Second, we will discuss, okay, what about the current volatility? Okay, I said in a tweet, which was this one, follow me on Twitter as well as Instagram, guys, because I am releasing all my thoughts there very, very much over the day when I'm not vlogging here. You can find me there and you can see that I can put things out like I think a price of $50 would be fantastic to go into the test flight and then grow from there. Guys, don't ever expect a stock goes straight up. It always, goes a little bit up, it goes down. We lost a little bit more than we gained last Thursday before the test flight was announced. So make sure that when the test flight will be announced, we have at least a 15% potential, and then after successful flight, maybe a 25 potential of increasement in percentage points. Okay, so I think there's at least this 30-40% increase. That would be about maybe a market cap of $20 billion. All right. Now, you might ask, well, what would Chamath say about this kind of valuation? Well, he said something about the previous valuation in the following video. So check that out.
Can I take a step back and actually just give you the setup? So, sure. And I think the setup it doesn't just apply to Virgin, but it also applies to Tesla. And those two things are actually the most similar stories. And the setup goes along the following lines. First, let's look at the fixed income markets. For the last 10 years, everything that has looked like a nail has been dealt with the following hammer, which is print money, cut rates. The Patriots win the Super Bowl, print money, cut rates. Trump tweets, print money, cut rates. Coronavirus, print money, cut rates. And while that's happened, rates have gone to zero, and there's trillions of excess capacity just sloshing around in the fixed income side. Then on the equity side, the number of companies you can invest in has shrank by a third. There's really no growth outside of multiple expansion, and there's no growth outside of buybacks. So everybody crowds into the 5 technology companies, right? The FANG stocks, which represent 20% of the market cap of the S&P. So when you put those two things together, there's a setup where there's no real growth, there's no unique stories, and there's nothing that can give you long-term outlook. So then when a company comes along that has a unique narrative and is trying to do something that is differentiated, high margin, and could theoretically grow for 10 years where there's an enormous amount of consumer demand, these things get repriced.
As you can see, it's important to have the vision, not only the understanding that this is a very unique story and everybody wants to be invested in, but also you need to understand that money is currently cheap. So you need to take forward-looking years, 2024, 2025, and then take the potential valuation and then divide it by the potential sale of this year's, and then you have a pretty interesting number, which is not that high, right? I mean, those kind of things I will go deep also in my course as well, so make sure to stay tuned there. There is one more thing. Do you remember Nikola? Nikola was this company that gained first $15 billion and then to $30 billion in market cap in just a couple of weeks or days even, just because of a couple of partnerships, a concept, $30,000 in revenue. So there is this hunger for this growth stocks, this story stocks, and I cannot stress that enough, where, Chamath is saying the same. I mean, look at that.
So then when a company comes along that has a unique narrative and is trying to do something that is differentiated, high margin, and could theoretically grow for 10 years where there's an enormous amount of consumer demand, these things get repriced in ways that are non-traditional.
Sounds to me like you're saying, yes, it's a story stock, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to turn into something huge.
I really believe in Virgin. I mean, I didn't invest the amount of money that I did or put myself on the line to do this deal because I didn't.
So when's the first flight going to be? It's not going to be June.
So you have a couple of factors here for space. You have the cheap money, you have the valuation and uniqueness that Virgin Galactic is one of the only space companies out there that you can currently invest and be part of. I mean, just as we speak, Elon Musk raised about $850 million for his SpaceX company on a valuation of $75 billion. Okay, and this is just the beginning. I mean, the market that SpaceX will be in will be just created, right? I mean, we are creating the market for transport to Mars. We are creating the market for mining asteroids. All of these things are coming, guys, and there was no e-commerce market before Amazon, or not the big one at least, so these companies are building their markets. So you cannot always base future growth and potential revenue of companies by the markets that are already existing, specifically of innovative markets, right? Innovative companies that have innovative founders and visions that are much broader than what currently is on the available market. I mean, there was no streaming market pretty much when Netflix went, but the people changed because streaming is such much better than watching the video on demand or basically going to the cinema, right? I mean, you are having, for the price of a cinema ticket, on the fingertips of your hand, so great shows out there that Netflix is investing billions. Content is king, and I think that this is one of the secret sauces why Virgin Galactic will be my top investment this year. If not, I'm finding another X10 stock. You will find it out here, obviously, or in my course, in my Discord. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new here and you like this kind of content, and to, go with the thoughts a little bit broader than maybe other YouTubers. And I really appreciate that you viewed and clicked on this video, and there is much more to that, so stay tuned.